You cannot create a new life using the same mind that you used to create the old life. If you want a new life, you're going to have to model a new way of thinking for a new life. Hi, I'm Richard Coles of RHCG Motivation, and if you're tuning into this podcast for the very first time, welcome. And welcome back to everyone who has subscribed and continues to listen on a regular basis. I want to thank you, and I'm very grateful to you, and I look forward to consistently bringing you great content full of insights, principles, and strategies that you can use every day in your life. As I said last week, this season is going to be chock full of real stories you can relate to, amazing interviews, and powerful talks that will add tremendous value to your days, your weeks, and your life. So if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to this podcast and share it with your friends, because you never know who needs a helping hand or just a little bit of encouragement to make it through their day. We're all different, even unique, you might say, in that not one of us has the same fingerprint, and no two people have the same exact perspective on things. Even identical twins have some little thing about them that's different. One thing, however, is very true. We all want to be happy. We all want to live a good life. We all want to have a better year this year than we did last year. Now, for some of you, that might not be too hard to do, because by your standards, last year might not have been a good year. Some of you, however, had a very good year in spite of the fact that we were and still are in the grips of a global pandemic. One thing this pandemic has done, however, is it's given us a chance to slow down for a moment and to really take stock of who we are and what we want out of this life. There are so many questions that we have today, like, do I really want to stay in this particular career field? Do I really want to get or stay married? Do I really want to buy that house, or do I really want to start that business that I've been planning on starting for the longest time? But listen, the biggest question that stirs up anxiety in everyone is, where do we go from here and what's next? Now, the problem is that in today's culture, it's not very easy for people to slow down at all. If you have a question about something, you can just Google it. Don't know how to change your oil in your car or to change a light fixture on your front porch? All you got to do is go right to YouTube and look it up. Get it done in a snap. We can even order stuff from Amazon Prime and get same-day delivery depending on the time that we make the order. So I think it's safe to say that the world has changed tremendously over the past few years. Now we're moving toward a world that is completely new and different from the world it used to be just 2 years ago. But what about you? What about you? Are you becoming a new and improved version of yourself that you can take into this new world? Or are you going to try to just take the same thinking, habits, and behavior into this new world? If so, that's not going to work out too well. I'm really amazed at how well people have learned how to mask who they really are when they're out in public, be it on the job or even meeting up with a couple of friends while social distancing. Now, as an Uber driver, I picked up some of the most amazing people from every walk of life. And I can recall a conversation with a young female passenger. Man, this woman was absolutely in tears because she did not know how to tell her parents that she didn't want to complete medical school. Now, she was only going because they thought it would be the best thing for her, but it was really the furthest thing from her mind. Yet, here she was in her third year and absolutely miserable. I never would have guessed just by looking at her because, well, she was very attractive, very smart, and appeared to be happy until we started talking and I asked her, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" Look, The truth is that there are so many people doing jobs they don't want to do or in careers that they don't want to be in because it's what everyone expects of them, or it's the only way they could appear to be doing okay by everyone else's standards. Now, that's not good. Am I saying that's everyone? No, not at all. But it is true for a heck of a lot of people out there, and they soon find themselves trapped with no apparent way out, or so they think. The dreams they once had, the vision they once had of their future has changed dramatically, and now it's all about making money so that they can just at least have the respect of their associates and friends that are doing the exact same thing that they're doing, just trying to seek the approval of parents, friends, associates, and peers. Now, whenever I talk to my passengers, I always ask them one question. What is your passion? If money was not an issue, what would you be doing that would make you happy and that would make your soul smile? With only a few exceptions, everyone has given me an answer that is contrary to what they're doing now. You see, it's okay to be in a job, position, or profession that you're not passionate about, but it has to have a purpose. It's got to have an end game that you're working toward. What about you? What do you really want to do? What is it that you're doing that is, you're so passionate about? If what you're doing is something that you're passionate about, well, I think that's amazing, and I wish you the very, very best. And I pray that something that I could do or say can give you an insight or principle that can help you keep moving up higher and higher as you follow your passion. But if you're not moving toward what you're passionate about, life is going to become increasingly boring, mundane, and routine for you. So what do? You have to make some changes. We all have to make some changes. You have to decide that you're going to create the life you want to live, and that may involve making some drastic changes, with the first one, of course, being changing the way you think. It's going to involve changing who shows up every day in your life. You're going to have to start showing up as the person that you want to be instead of the person that you are now, or even worse, the person that you used to be, because you cannot move forward unless you are focused on the one you are becoming. One of the upcoming interviews I'll be bringing you is with a young lady who for the last 7 years has been working a job that has literally been making her sick. She was explaining to me how she probably gotten 2 or 3 days off each month because she was in a management role and was expected to work harder than everyone else to make sure that everything was right. She literally started feeling like she was trapped and that there was no way out for her because now she had bills and a daughter, and she needed to take care of her daughter, of course. She was a single parent. She is a single parent. So she told me that some days she would come home and just cry herself to sleep with her daughter laying in her bed with her. Now, that is no way to live. She wasn't living at all. She was just surviving. She was just pushing through. Now, she was afraid to discipline her employees because upper management did not want her to rock the boat. They didn't want her to rock the boat. They didn't want her to upset anything that was going on because they were comfortable with the way that it was going too, even though people were making a lot of mistakes. Now, she didn't feel appreciated or respected at all because they didn't listen to her. I spoke with her a couple of days ago after her and I had talked for a few sessions, and she really sounded happy, even excited as we started talking. Now, when I asked her what's going on and why does she sound so different? She told me that she had resigned from her job to take 2 weeks off just to reconnect with herself and to take control of her life back. Imagine that. She made a decision to take her life back. Now, she doesn't know quite what she's going to do yet, but she no longer feels like she's trapped. Am I telling you to quit your job? No. I'm not telling you to quit your job. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that for things to change, you are going to have to change. She's been used to just going along with everything that everyone said to her all of her life, and she finally made the decision to stand up for herself. Now, to you or me, that might not be a big thing, but to her, that means that she has a chance to create the life she wants to create for her and her daughter. Lisa Nichols used to say, and she probably still says, that you have to be the first one to show the rest of the world how to love you. And that's exactly what this young lady is starting to do. So if you're feeling like you just don't belong, or you're not good enough, or you just can't seem to get it right, and you're afraid to make mistakes, it's time to change the way you look at yourself. It's time to change your inner dialogue and the way that you talk to yourself. The first thing that you want to realize is that you are good enough, and that you do matter, and that the only people that don't make mistakes are dead people. The beautiful thing about the life that we are leading, the lives we live, is that we can make a decision to change the direction of our life, to take them in a different direction at any time we want to. Now, you can decide to go in the direction that you want to go, not the direction that everyone else thinks that you should go in or says that you should go in. Is it going to be easy? Nah, it's not going to be easy. But it will be one of the best feelings that you will have, knowing that you have become the captain of your own ship, the master of your own fate, that you have taken the reins of the horse that you are riding called life, and now you know exactly where you want that horse to go. We all have stress and drama in our lives, but the way we deal with stress and drama is what determines whether we can turn it all into a benefit or if it hinders us. I mean, Napoleon Hill says, wrapped up neatly in every disadvantage, heartbreak, or seemingly ungood situation, for lack of a better way to put it, is the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. So we can turn things into an advantage if we want to or if we choose to, or we can also let those very things hinder us if we choose to. It's a choice. Tony Robbins always says, live with passion, but you cannot live with passion unless you have something that you are passionate about to live for. Dust off your passion. Dust off your dreams. Remember that nothing can stop an idea whose time has come. The idea I'm talking about here is the idea of you being a new and improved version of yourself, because the new world is waiting for the new you. So this is Richard Coles of RHCG Motivation once again with just a couple of quick nuggets for you. And it's really a pleasure to spend a little time with you, as I said, sharing a couple of nuggets that I picked up along the way on my journey. Again, subscribe to my channel so I can continue to share these powerful nuggets with you, but above everything else, that you matter and that you have always mattered. Remember that you are good enough and you have always been good enough. So I behold the Christ in you, and I speak health, wealth, prosperity, and purpose into your lives right here, right now. And make sure you tune in next week, because that will be our very first live interview, and it's going to be a great one for you. So once again, keep it groovy, and I'll talk to you next week.